What if you're not exhausted because life is heavy, but because your mind is crowded? Most people don't need more motivation. They don't need more information. What they need is less noise, less mental clutter, less unnecessary thinking. If this resonates with you, consider subscribing. We explore how clarity begins with calm. Let's go deeper. We live in a world where the mind is constantly Think about it. Too many choices, too many opinions, too many worries. We get lost in endless imagined scenarios. The result is a deep mental exhaustion that often disguises itself as just being busy. Ancient philosophies, from Zen to Stoicism, all point to the same truth. The mind doesn't collapse from hard work. It collapses from overthinking. Mental minimalism isn't about eliminating life's responsibilities. It's about eliminating what doesn't matter. It's about curating your mental space with the same intention you would use to declutter a room. So, I want you to ask yourself this powerful question. What thoughts are filling my mind right now but adding absolutely nothing of value to my life? When you start to remove that mental noise, clarity doesn't just appear out of nowhere, returns. It was there all along, just buried under the clutter. Your life becomes clearer the moment your mind becomes quieter. If that simple statement made you pause, it might be a sign that you're ready for this shift. If you're finding value here, leaving a comment or subscribing helps this kind of wisdom reach others who might need it. Now let's talk about the art of thinking less. This isn't about having an empty mind or ceasing to think altogether. That's a common misconception. Minimalism of the mind is about essential thinking. It's about consciously choosing to let go of the mental habits that drain our energy. Things like rumination, where we play the same negative event over and over, or constantly imagining worst-case scenarios that almost never happen. Overanalyzing every small decision until we're paralyzed. Mentally replaying conversations, wishing we'd said something different. Useless worry about things we can't control. And of course, the endless soul-crushing habit of comparison. The mind actually becomes sharper through reduction, not addition. A knife is sharpened by removing metal, not by adding more to the blade. In the same way, your clarity is sharpened by removing mental noise. When you have fewer, more focused thoughts, each one has more impact. You gain more focus in the present moment. You experience more presence in your daily life. And naturally, this leads to more peace and more clarity. It's as a truth echoed by both ancient wisdom and modern psychology. A quieter mind is a stronger, more effective mind. Let's explore the weight of carrying every possibility. An overloaded mind tries to anticipate everything. It runs simulations for every potential outcome, every possible reaction from others, every imaginable risk, every branching scenario. It's like trying to play a million games of chess at once. The mind lives in fear of storms that never arrive, and gets spooked by shadows that were never really there. This is a crucial point. The mind becomes fatigued, not by what is actually happening in reality, but by everything it imagines might happen. Eastern monks have a term for this: suffering twice. You suffer once in your imagination, and then, if the event even happens, you suffer again in reality. But most of the time, the imagined suffering is the only suffering that occurs. Mental minimalism teaches you to stop carrying what doesn't exist. It gives you permission to put down the heavy baggage of what-ifs. Ask yourself honestly, how much of my current stress is based on something real and tangible, and how much of it is purely imagined? When you stop carrying the weight of the imaginary, your strength, energy, and focus return to you. If you could remove just 3 unnecessary thoughts from your mind today, how much lighter would your life feel? Just 3. If that question opened something inside you, if you felt a little bit of that weight lift just by considering it, then consider subscribing. This channel is dedicated to building your clarity thought by thought, moment by moment. So, how do we actually practice this? How do we begin to cultivate mental minimalism in a noisy world? Let's break it down into 5 practical steps. First, you have to notice the thought. Simple awareness is the beginning of all clarity. You can't let go of something you don't realize you're holding on to. Just observe your thoughts as they come and go, without judgment. Second, once you notice a thought, ask, does this serve my life? Is this thought helping me solve a problem, grow as a person, or connect with others? Is it productive, or is it just noise? If the answer is no, give yourself permission to let it go. You don't have to fight it, just release your grip on it. Third, create space before you react. This is a game changer. You don't have to respond to every feeling or believe every thought that pops into your head. A thought is just a suggestion, not a command. By creating a small pause between a thought and your reaction, you reclaim your power. Fourth, focus on fewer things. Our minds are scattered because we're trying to do too much at once. Simplify. Focus on one goal. Take one step. Complete one task at a time. The power of monotasking is immense in a world that glorifies multitasking. And fifth, protect your mental environment. This is just as important as cleaning it. Limit what you consume: the news, social media, the opinions of others. Limit what drains your clarity. Notice which people, places, or activities leave you feeling mentally cluttered and exhausted, and set boundaries. Minimalism isn't just about removing. It's about actively protecting the space you've created. When the mind becomes minimalist, the effects are profound. Thoughts begin to calm down naturally. Emotions, no longer fueled by constant overthinking, start to settle. Your decisions become clearer because you're not wading through a fog of anxiety and what-ifs. Life slows down just enough for you to finally hear what truly matters: your own intuition, your core values, the quiet whispers of your heart. Mental minimalism doesn't make your life smaller, it makes your life clearer. It transforms the chaos in your head into open space. It turns confusion into a sense of direction. It turns the constant, buzzing noise into a state of peaceful awareness. This is the clarity that the modern world is starving for, the antidote to our collective state of overwhelm. So, let's bring it all together. What if thinking less is not a disadvantage, but a form of mastery? What if true intelligence isn't about how many thoughts you can have, but about the quality of the thoughts you choose to keep? Clarity begins not by adding more information to your mind, but by letting go of what doesn't belong there. Your mind sharpens through subtraction. Your life lightens through release. Your clarity grows as the mental noise fades away. If this reflection brought you a moment of calm or a spark of clarity, consider subscribing. Not for the sake of an algorithm, but because your mind deserves stillness and your life deserves direction. Remember, minimalism of the mind is not the absence of thought. It is the beginning of seeing. Thanks for watching.